So good morning everyone, welcome to the morning after show, the morning after the night before. Generally try to look for positives in whatever performance, whatever result. Obviously this season it's been more negative than positive, but I always try and glean something, but I'm really struggling today. That was for my money the worst performance of the season. That was worse than Brentford. Worst performance / worst result. That was worse than Brentford. Worse than Fulham at home. Worse than Southampton away, which was a particularly ugly display. But that was even worse than Brighton at home at the start of the season, which was, I thought that was fucking horrendous. Oh my word. Obviously I'll still keep supporting the team, clear, obviously, you know, it goes without saying, and I'll still be tuning in to watch every game that they're on, I can get my hands on. Still believing that we're not in the relegation zone yet. We're not in the relegation zone yet. That's the only positive. No, that's not even a positive from that result, it's just a fact. We're not in a relegation zone yet. We've still got a 2-point buffer between us and Fulham, which I feel lucky that we have that, because I expect, not a hate on Leeds, I expected Fulham to beat Leeds. I thought that they were going to do Leeds, because Leeds had a really good start. They surprised some people, you know, attacking football, fantastic sort of free-flowing stuff. They're attractive to watch. They play a real refreshing brand of football for a team, a newly promoted side to play, without falling into the trap that the media have said about Newcastle fans being, or expecting too much and looking to the past. Leeds reminds me of, obviously I wasn't supporting Newcastle back in the early 90s or mid 90s when they come up from Division 2 or the second division, because I was born in 94, but anyway, they remind me, from what I've seen of Keegan's side, you know, they come up and took people on, remind me of that. But I expected Fulham to beat them because the momentum they're on. Anyway, we got away with that one. It was all eyes turned to the Annex, Brighton and Hove Albion hosting us. They were 1 point ahead of us, just at 1 point. From what I've said in the Friday reflection, what I've been saying for weeks, the 4-game, I'm going to do a video on the 4-game block, probably, I don't know, maybe Friday reflections, just because we haven't got a game now for 2 weeks. But out of that 4-game block, there was a real opportunity to get some points on the board. You know, nice car. Wolverhampton, West Brom, Villa, and then Brighton. You think, out of all of those games, it was the West Brom game and the Brighton game we thought, we need to win. We need to win. I said a while ago, a good return from those 4 games would have been, I would have taken a draw against Wolves, a win against Brom, a loss against Villa, and a win against Brighton. I would have thought 7 points out of a possible 12 there would be enough because of who we're beaten. But fuck me. I haven't even got it in me to be angry. I'm just like apathetic now. It's just, it's not I care any less, or I'm like, fuck them. But you know, I don't, I care even more. It's just this whole business with, obviously the past 2 seasons, particularly this season, it's just fucking, it just drains you. And you sit down, and I was speaking to my friend last night, and all week, day by day, the anticipation rises. Not to think, oh, we're gonna, you know, we're gonna smash Brighton and play some really good, you know, we never tune in to watch Newcastle to be entertained. It's more a sense of, you've got to watch them, you know, they're my team. But to watch them play like that, week in or week out, it just fucking frustrates me. It frustrates all the fans, must do, but it just fucking drains you. You think, I do my pre-match lineup video, and there I'm looking at thinking, oh, well, why is Almiron starting straight away? Why is Jolinton starting? Good to see Manquillo in. I really rate Manquillo above Kraft. And then I think, oh, where's Murphy? But you look for the positives. You think, okay, yeah, maybe, you know, Manquillo's going to get up and support Jolinton a bit more. Dummett is going to give license for Fraser. Obviously, Fraser on that left-hand side, he doesn't need to get back and help Dummett as much because Dummett's more defensively sound than Jamal Lewis. Yeah, I can see that. You've got your 3 men in midfield. You think, right, that's Willock's going to push on a bit more. I don't agree with the formation, but okay, and then it's just steaming pile of shit from the start. Brighton ripped us to pieces. Within the first couple of minutes, they could have been 2-0 up, man. They ripped us to pieces. Easily. It just looked so easy for them. It reminded me of the first Villa game when they beat us 2-0. And I mentioned this a few times on the channel. When Jack Grealish, Sky Sports picked it. You could hear it on Sky Sports. And it was picked up. He was like, oh, just keep passing it around. These are shite. Dick move, but you can't disagree with him. And it was just like, it reminded me of that performance, but it was 10 times worse because Brighton don't have a world-class player like Jack Grealish in their team. Brighton don't have a midfielder who's played unbelievably this season in John McGinn. Brighton don't have England internationals like, you know, Tyrone Mings and all that lot. But, fuck it, I can't defend or explain that performance. Was it even a performance? They just turned up. Who played well? Who played well? But like I said, from the get-go, they ripped us apart. Brighton played with width. Yeah, they play with width. They play their 3 centre-backs spread across. They play their wing-backs, who were more like fucking wingers, to be honest. So they like to get the ball wide. They like to spread it wide. And all 3 goals came from the wide position. All right, there were some nice goals there. Trossard's goal was lovely. However, Kieran Clark, come on, mate, you're better than that. He needs to be getting tired to him. Just before half-time, Isaac Hayden's just gone off. I'm not defending it, I'm not condoning it, but you can see what's happened. They're mentally in the fucking dressing room. They've switched off. Brighton have sensed it, they've gone for it, boom, 1-0. Fucked. As soon as that goal went in, I was like, brilliant, that's it. And I sort of, my mate rang me at half time. I had a little fucking moan about it. I thought, right, second win, come on boys. If they can score a goal, if it takes them 46 minutes to score a goal, I'm sure we can get one in 45 minutes or 46 minutes. Whatever. You know, we are capable of scoring goals against fucking Brighton. Surely. Surely to goodness. Oh no. No fucking chance. Absolutely fucking not. We could have been there all fucking night. We wouldn't have scored. But right, let's just... Second goal, similar sort of thing. Again, nice finish from Danny Welbeck. It always seems like teams always score these fantastic goals against us. Dubravka, could he have got near that? Maybe. But I thought it was a good goal. You know, if one of our strikers scored that, don't be silly. Strikers don't fucking play for Newcastle. If Ryan Fraser had scored that, or whoever, I would have been fucking, whoa, what a goal. And then the third goal, what's Lascelles doing? I don't know. It's, again, it looked a decent finish, but fuck me. I don't know. We were staring, but we've been, the media started to, the mainstream media now is starting to cotton on that we're not talking shit, that Bruce needs to go. The whole Ashley regime is poison. It's just a poison situation. The manager, the coach staff haven't got a fucking Scooby-Doo what they're doing. But people are starting to cotton on to it now. But Jesus Christ, that was horrendous. I've not seen a performance that bad from Newcastle in a while. It was just the fundamental problems with it, right? So you look at it from the top down. So we're looking at the manager. Jacob Murphy needed to start that game. Miggy Almiron, okay, he's probably our best, in terms of talent, our best player available at the moment. Excuse me, in an attacking sense. But could Steve Bruce put his hand on his heart and say that Miggy's fit to start? Or that's a good idea? Fucking hell. So Murphy should have started, in my opinion. Almiron has got no business starting that game, because you know he hasn't played, you know he's gonna run around, you know he's gonna burn out. And then you look at the tactical side of things. Like I've already alluded to, Brighton like to play with width, Brighton like to stretch teams. Although Brighton are down in 16th position, by no means a great side, they try and play progressive football. Yet we've gone for that narrow as fuck formation again, particularly in the midfield. Narrow as fuck. Right, so we've dealt with Bruce. Now let's look at the coaching staff. Graham Jones, who I see on when he first came in, everyone thought, oh, he's the new guy. You know, the performance against Everton. Yeah, he's tried to implement. We've changed style, but then you see people online saying, oh, you know, Jones is the one talking to them. Bruce isn't saying anything. Well, you look at that two ways. You think, well, they want to speak to Graham Jones because maybe they're just all fucking sick of Bruce. Or is it a case of that's the way they operate? I don't know. But Graham Jones can't be covering himself in fucking glory either, because whatever he's saying ain't bastard working. Then you get down to the players. Right. A lot of people saying, oh, Bruce out, Bruce out, Bruce out. Yes, I've been Bruce out since Southampton, the first game. November-ish. But, and this is a big but, players need to take some accountability. I saw, like I said to my friend last night, all right, we have not got the world's greatest squad. However, I would argue we've got a decent squad. All right, I know our two best attacking threats, ASM and Callum Wilson, are injured. However, like I said to my friend last night, and I know it's not real football, but if you started up a FIFA career manager mode, FIFA 21 or whatever, and just simmed every single game this season, we would not be in 17th place. That being said, the lack of effort, enthusiasm, fight and determination I found disgusting yesterday. Disgusting. I saw nothing. From the very start, no pressing of the ball, no aggression. We know that Brighton are going to try and pass it around us, and we just static there, not hunting in packs, not going in pairs, going as individuals. As I said, static, playing right into Brighton's hands. Every single fucking game for the last 2 months or so, or you could argue all fucking season, but it's been particularly prominent the last couple of months. We are playing to the opposition's strengths. We go narrow against teams with width, then wonder why we get ripped to fucking pieces. But, fuck me. Like I said, even if the team is set up, the tactics are wrong, you as an individual, forget the team collective, forget shape, forget tactics, forget this, forget that. As an individual, you can give 100% effort in whichever way you can, whether that be sprinting, whether that will be going in hard in a tackle, whether that will be stretching for a loose ball, whether that's communication, whether that's jumping for a header, whipping in a cross, whatever. Every single facet of life, really, not just fucking football. You can put in 100% effort regardless of what your teammates are doing. You know, certain players on that pitch yesterday could have been looking across. Fucking, I don't know, John Joe Shelby could look across at Jeff Hendrick when he came on doing nothing. I thought, do you know what? I don't give a shit what he's doing. I'm going to do something. I'm going to take accountability. I'm wearing a fucking Newcastle United top. I'm getting paid thousands and thousands of pounds. I'm going to fucking earn it. No. It pisses me off. It's all very well having to go at the manager, but once they cross that white line, there's very little the manager can do. Very little the manager can do. It's up to the players. And I touched on communication. There's nothing. There's senior players in that team. If you're looking at the leadership group, if you like, I remember reading back on a different sport now, rugby, but look at I got Dan Carter and Richie McCaw's autobiographies at home. They all in the All Blacks. They always had your senior 7. Weren't necessarily the oldest, weren't necessarily the best players, but they had a senior core group, a leadership group, right? Who were experienced in different facets of the game. So you look at our starting 11 last night. Who were your leadership group? Obviously Jamal Lascelles has got to be the captain. I would argue 4 out of the back 5. I would say Paul Dummett's definitely a leadership figure, and he's one that comes out with any sort of tiny shred of praise from me, because you could see he was trying, and he got away with a tackle which probably should have got him in trouble. But lack of quality, but he, you know, tried a bit more than the others. But anyway, Dubravka, Dummett, Clark, Lascelles, I would argue all 4 of them would be leaders. Right? In the midfield, Isaac Hayden, okay, is unlucky he went off, and he was probably our best player in the first half, but very quiet. John Joe Shelby is our vice captain. Mute. Who else was in fucking midfield? Oh, Joe Willett. Fucking absent yesterday. Right, he can't be counted as a leader. He's not even a fucking Newcastle player. Right? And I know he's been alright since he's turned up, but he started on the high against Southampton, and he started every game and he's dwindled. I wouldn't start in the next game. At the end of the day, his loyalty, I don't know the lad. He might be putting a shift in for us. Newcastle think, alright, while I'm here, but at the end of the day, if we're fighting for our lives in the Premier League, which we very much are, I want players that have Newcastle close to their heart playing for me. Anyway, absent. Joe Linton, forget it. Ryan Fraser, could he be a leader? I don't know. And Miggy Almiron perhaps should be, but I'm a fan of Almiron, but he's not all that, is he? And I know it's his first game back after injury, I get that. But he ain't all that. He ain't all that. He's got 4 fucking league goals. It's just not enough. Matt Ritchie, and I know perhaps it's an insult to Matt Ritchie as a footballer that people always go on about, oh, his commitment, his desire. But he would have been fucking barking orders last night. I purposely had the commentary off in the second half. Couldn't hear anything. Silent. No communication, no effort, no desire. Now, none of that can be put down to the manager in my book. He's not responsible for the players talking to each other on the pitch. He can shout till he's blue in the face telling them what to do. If they don't do it, there's not a lot he can do about it. He can't make them, can he? Fucking hell. It was submissive. It stank of a team not playing for the manager, right? Of a team, so we're going to put in nothing here, hoping to get him sacked, or hoping that he'll leave the club, which is all very well. I know we all want Bruce out. He's the worst thing that's happened to our club for a while. However, you as a football player do not have any sort of input on who the manager is, or you shouldn't do, in my opinion, right? They certainly don't in Newcastle. I know at the bigger clubs, we look at obviously most notably Barcelona, Messi, as I say. I know back in the day at Real Madrid, in the original Galactico era, they had a say on transfers and whatnot. But flipping heck. It just, that's, if I was with those players, I would have said to them, look, that's not none of your fucking business. Your job is to keep us in the Premier League by what you do on the pitch in those 90 minutes, right? Them putting in zero effort has drastically jeopardised this club. Drastically jeopardised it. And I know Bruce has been fucking it up for ages, right? I know that. However, the players, once they cross that right line, just put the effort in. Put the effort in. Run for yourself. Not only for the club, right? For your teammates, for each other, and for the fans, right? And I know there's no fans in the ground, but for the fans around the country who are watching, people like me who are watching Newcastle on TV, who tune in every fucking week, believing, oh, we might be able to do something here, believing that improvement and a bit of progress is coming, believing that players are going to turn up today. And also, let's not forget the finances, right? These players are being paid an enormous amount of money to yesterday just saunter on that pitch and give nothing. I know the timing of the goal was unfortunate, but it was self-inflicted. I know if Ryan Fraser scores, it could have been different. We would have gone 1-1. We may have held on. We may have actually put a shift in there and thought, oh, the wins, this game's for the taking. I doubt it. Probably would have still ended up 3-1. But if that goal went in, obviously they more likely don't score that well-bet goal. But yeah, it's, like I said, the media is starting to click onto it now. Jeff Stelling put a tweet out saying, please accept my apology for Newcastle fans. He gets it now. But everyone's saying, oh, the team's sleepwalking towards relegation. We were sleepwalking towards relegation when we were scared stiff of Fulham at home. Now we're in freefall. We're in fucking freefall. If we carry on like we are, we will not win another game this season. If we carry on like we are, we could finish 19th, let alone fucking 18th. Brom will overtake us if we fucking carry on like this. The only hope we have now, and I see this morning Sky Sports have said, oh, we have been told that Mike Ashley is going to stick with Bruce due to his loyalty to the owner and passion for the club and all this bollocks. Right, disregard that. That was at 9 o'clock in the morning. How have Sky Sports spoken to Mike Ashley between the hours of what? 10 in the evening and 9 o'clock on 10 in the Saturday evening and 9 o'clock on a Sunday morning, then cobbled together something? He's in the fucking Middle East, man. They may have spoken, maybe Lee Charnley, but I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all, because I think Sky Sports have just gone for what is the most sensationalist news. It's the 50-50. They can say, oh look, they can hype it up, saying that Steve Bruce is going to be sacked, or we've heard nothing. Everyone expects that. Or they can say, boom, it's another fuck you to the fans. Mike Ashley's just gone, yeah, we'll stick with him. I don't buy that now until I see an official statement from the club, or I would say Mike Ashley in front of the TV camera. That's not going to happen. But an official statement by the club, I don't buy that. Now is the perfect time. It's gone past last chance saloon. We've long abandoned, right now, last minute. We've long gone past that. But this is the perfect time. Get someone in. Well, it's Sunday morning now. Get someone in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, and then they have the best part of a fortnight to work with these players, to find out what's going wrong, to weed out any of the... I was about to fucking say the wrong words there. To weed out any of the shithouses with the wrong attitude. Fuck them off. Fuck them off. If you've got someone like Jeff Hendrick who comes on, who looks fucking gormless and vacant and doesn't have a clue what he's doing, fuck him off. Get the Longstaffs in. Okay, they're not the best players in the world, but they're willing. They know what it's all about, and they will not let you down. They're not the most talented players in the world. Matty Longstaff has the potential to be a good player. He still makes the odd basic mistake, but he gives you more than fucking Jeff Hendrick. Sean Longstaff in Rafa's last season, 2 seasons ago, was looking like a top draw player. And I'm not talking world class, but I'm talking potential for England one day. He's regressed so far, he's unrecognisable. But at least he will give you 100%. He carries a goal threat, right? He can drive and run with the ball. He's comfortable with either foot. He will show for the ball. He will try. All right, his passing's not great sometimes, but fuck me, he's better than Jeff Hendrick. So yeah, get this new manager in. They've got time then to suss out whether it is the players are rotten like they were in the last 2 relegations, where attitude was a key component, or is it simply because of Bruce? They've got time to implement their game plan, get to know the coaches, get to know the players a bit more, get them working, get them whipped up. Think, right boys, we haven't got many internationals on our team. We're not going to lose any of our key players, really. Fucking let's knuckle down, let's get a system, let's play to our strengths, let's go for it, because somehow we're still 2 points clear of the relegation zone. I know 2 points, it might as well be 1 point, because if we lose and Fulham win, we're in the bottom. If we draw and Fulham win, we're in the bottom, because our goal difference is shocking. And so yeah, we are in free fall. Steve, Mike Ashley, he has to. It's not even up for debate. If he wants to sell this club and make any sort of decent money on it, he has to keep the club in the Premier League. And you don't need anyone, you don't need someone with any sort of football acumen to tell you that with Bruce, it ain't gonna happen. We've been going one way, down. Like, my 2-year-old daughter could probably look at the results and see there's a load of L's in there and a couple of W's and a lot of D's, and think, you know, she could put the pieces together and tell my Ashley, it's time. How much more time do you need? Now is the perfect time, like I said, in the international break, there's time for a new manager to come in and bed in. We need that new manager bounce. We need fucking something. But then you get people, oh, well, Ashley's a smart businessman. Well, fucking show us then. Like I said, take the football element out of it. This business of his is failing. And is going to bring him even less money, and will be, through revenue, through the Premier League TV money, will lose money, and we'd be worth a slither, a percentage, a small percentage of what it is as a Premier League club, should he want to sell. Oh, you don't know a lot about football, but he's a smart business. Well, you should know a bit about football. He's been in charge of the club for 14 fucking years. But oh, he's a smart businessman. Is he? Well, prove it then. Salvage your company, salvage your business, and make a profit on it in the summer. You want 350 million? No prick's going to pay 350 million for a championship club that's in fucking free fall. All the players fuck off, because let's be honest, Alan Saint-Maximin ain't playing in the championship. Oof, fuck no. Miggy Almiron ain't playing in the championship. Callum Wilson, not a dig at him, he left Bournemouth because they went down, because he's chasing England. Fine, he ain't going to play. Ryan Fraser did exactly the same thing. John Joe Shelby will probably stay with us because no one else fucking wants him. Isaac Hayden, I imagine some clubs in Premier League will be looking at him. Jamal Lascelles, maybe. Kieran Clark, maybe. Jamal Lewis won't hang around because he's shown that he can be a very, very good left back. He's just being coached the wrong way. Dubravka ain't going to the fucking championship. And I doubt even Carl Darlow will. Cher will be gone. You know, it's not like in 09 when we went down, we lost. Who did we lose? Our 3 best strikers in, what do you call him? Obviously Michael Owen, Mark Viduka, and fucking Martins. But we had the nucleus of the team there. We kept, obviously, we kept the goalkeeper. We kept Colaccini, Stephen Taylor, We took on Mike Williamson. We kept Ryan Taylor. We kept hold of Danny Simpson. We kept hold of, I think we signed him. You know, we kept Alan Smith, Kevin Nolan, Joey Barton. Big characters in the team who dragged us back up. Obviously, Andy Carroll hit double figures in the championship. You know, 2016 when we went down again, we kept hold of Lascelles. We bought Clark. We had actually, who did we keep hold of? we kept some big players. We kept some big players from the Rafa era. Obviously Perez, people like that. Mitrovic, I know he didn't get on very well, but we kept hold of our better players with the correct attitude. You know, obviously people like Wijnaldum, Sissoko, thank fuck. It was an embarrassment yesterday. I'm always hesitant to criticise these players too much because they're professional footballers. Well, I'm fucking not, obviously. But Jesus, when it's just the lack of effort, desire to compete and putting effort in for your team and your teammates is like the basic fundamental. You don't need to be a world-class baller or the fittest man on the planet to apply yourself in the right way. And it's just like Steve Bruce again. Well, you know, I won't turn down a challenge. I have to dust ourselves down. Fuck off! Just say something different, Steve. Dust ourselves off and go again every single week. Well, I like a challenge. Well, you're not fucking rising to the challenge, are you? And I've got nothing personal really against Steve Bruce. I've said for months now he's just not the man for the job. I don't wish him any ill will. You know, I'm not one of these people who apparently give him a death threat on Twitter. Well, I doubt it was serious. Probably some mongoloid behind a fucking laptop, you know, wanted to fucking, the kind of person who fucking comments on YouTube videos criticising people. You know, if I saw Steve Bruce in the street, I wouldn't be one of these fans to go up and confront him. However, I'd like to sit down with him, just say to him, Steve, look mate, I'm sorry, I don't think you're the man for the job. And he'd probably say, well, what the fuck do you know? Yeah, alright, I'll take that. But I'll just say to him, please explain these things to me. Explain why you're playing this narrow formation against teams that play with width. Explain why. And I'd say to him, Steve, resign. You apparently love the club. You're not the man for the job. You're dragging us deeper. Everyone's on your back. When the fans come back, it's going to be horrendous for you. I know it's only, I think, one home game of the season against Sheffield. I'll tell you what, he best play 10 strikers in that game, else he's going to get pelted. But I would say to him, look, Steve, you don't need this. You don't need this stress, mate. You don't need this stress. Just get out. Just go. But he is mad. He's a man waiting to be sacked. He's waiting to be sacked. He ain't going to pull the trigger because he'll keep saying, this is the thing, right? He'll keep saying, oh, I'm not going to turn down a challenge, when we all know it's not that you're not going to turn, that's not the reason you're staying. It's like a game of sort of who's going to blink first between him and Mike Ashley. He knows that if he's sacked, he'll get that payout. If he leaves, he don't get anything. If you truly cared about Newcastle United, and let's be honest, Steve, you're not going to be a poor man. If you truly cared about Newcastle United, you'd walk away, you'd hold your hands up and say, look, I've given it my best. And to be fair to him, he's put up with a lot of flack. He's obviously a stubborn old fuck, because he's put up with a lot of flack. I was one of the ones, I didn't get on his back straight away in the beginning. I wasn't thrilled. I was working away at the time. One of the lads was a Chelsea fan, came to get me. He was like, hey, you got Steve Bruce? And I was like, oh. But straight away I thought, right, let's give him a chance to get behind him. I thought I was like, yeah, he's from Newcastle. You know, we can have a fan in charge for first time for a long time. So I thought, okay, but was he my first choice? Absolutely fucking not. But I gave him a chance. Last season we got he's the luckiest manager alive, because last season we got so lucky with results. This season, like 6 points we picked off Everton in Everton's best season for years. How the fuck have we beaten them twice? The handball against Tottenham, laughable. You know, and the fact that the fans aren't in the stadium, oh my word, he would have been long gone if the fans weren't in the stadium. But again, I'm not making this one about Steve Bruce, because although his tactics were horrendous, his team sheet wasn't great, his subs were like, it was the players. Where was that attitude that we saw against Southampton? When we had 9 players for 15-20 minutes and they threw everything. That effort and commitment, I want to see that. I want to see that. Where the fuck was that? If we played, and I know perhaps Brighton are a better, more talented on the ball side than us. I know they play better football, but maybe they're more talented than us on the ball. But if we went at them with the intensity and desire we showed, and starting to sound like fucking Roy Keane here, desire that we showed against Southampton, we wouldn't have got beat 3-0 last night. Oh, final point. We played 90 minutes of football and didn't have a striker on the pitch the whole time. A team that needs goals didn't start with a striker. A team that's in free fall and in drastic need of points against, oh, I keep saying this till I'm blue in the face, our direct relegation rivals, our direct competitors to stay out of the bottom 3, us, Fulham and Brighton. But I'd say more Brighton at the minute, because the more people we can get below us, the better. Someone's just flashed me. Regardless, there are direct competitors. Need win, need goals. Obviously, we hark back to the start of the season. They beat 3-0 at St James's Park, embarrassed us. Need goals, need points, need a win. Desperate. Don't start a striker. Play a false 9 system which needs intelligent players and talented players for it to work. No, fucking Barcelona used to play a false 9, not fucking Newcastle. At the minute, my word. Then we went 2-0 down in the 51st minute, I believe. Okay, his hand was forced with the first substitution, Jeff Hendrick, not the correct choice. I thought that was an ideal time to change the formation a bit. You know, while it was obvious Hayden's coming off, but while he's being seen to by the physios, they had time to get everyone to go, right, we're going to do this, 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 and this. No. Second substitution was, who was it? Murphy on for Almiron, I believe. And then Longstaff for Almiron, and then Murphy. I can't fucking remember. But anyway, the fact of the matter is we were 1-0 down at half time. Put a striker on then. Why not? We need this. Forget people's egos. Oh, I got taken off at half time. Fuck off, mate. We need the points. No. 51st minute. So for the best part of 40 minutes, we were down 2-0. He still doesn't bring the striker on. We've got 2 strikers on the bench. I'm going to leave it there because I'm sick of talking about it. Something's gone on between Carroll and Bruce, I'm certain. Something's gone on between the Longstaffs and Bruce, I'm certain. So we've got 2 weeks now. Won't be doing the morning after, obviously. Friday reflections. I'm hoping to do a video tomorrow evening, Tuesday evening, Wednesday evening, Thursday evening, welcoming a new manager and talking about what that means. I'll do a Friday reflections. I'm driving up country on a course. I'll do a Friday reflections driving back. Hopefully we'll have a new manager then, but do you know what? I've got a feeling we won't. Steve Bruce will be our manager to the end of the season. That's my bet. I hope to God I'm wrong, but that's where my money is. Right, signing off now. Newcastle United players on the pitch last night, that wasn't good enough. I don't ask for amazing football, but we ask and we demand reasonably. We demand effort, and that was